According to the activist Clint Eastwood, it is halftime in America, and our nation finds itself at a crossroad. The country has two choices. It can continue with the same game plan, or it can seize the opportunity to make adjustments, restructure, and maximize its potential.
Currently, there is much debate over how to reduce the $15.6 trillion federal debt. At the heart of this debate is the topic of taxes. Some argue that raising taxes is the best option, while others argue that lowering taxes is the best option, because more money will be available to grow the economy, create jobs, and create new taxpayers.
Regardless of whether taxes are raised or lowered, Congress must manage the existing federal revenue efficiently and wisely, so it can continue to fund important national services.
Today, we're proposing that lawmakers seize the opportunity to restructure three services in a manner that creates a win-win situation for recipients and taxpayers. These three services are the direct farm payments, the United States Postal Service, and the National Highway System.
The first service we recommend for reform is the direct farm payments. Since 1996, the federal government has been sending these payments to grain and cotton farmers. These payments are sent regardless of how much is actually grown or how much the crop brings in at market.
High commodity prices have brought increased scrutiny to direct payments. In 2011, net farm income was $94.7 billion, the most profitable year in the history of farming. However, $5 billion of taxpayer money was still paid to farmers. From 2000 to 2006, $1.3 billion in direct farm payments was sent to people who no longer farmed, whose farmland is out of production, and is now being used for suburban housing.
Critics of direct farm payments, some of whom are in the Department of Agriculture, state that Congress can't keep sending checks to an industry that is making record profits.
Soon, the 2012 Farm Bill will be written. We believe lawmakers should seize the opportunity to eliminate the direct farm payments and replace them with fiscally responsible revenue-based insurance programs. Projections indicate the revenue-based insurance will benefit all farmers and save taxpayers $20 billion over the next 10 years.
The second service we are recommending for reform is the United States Postal Service. Even though the Postal Service generates $64.5 billion in revenue and would rank in the Fortune 50 companies if it were private, it is currently $5.1 billion in debt and is projecting a loss of $14.1 billion for 2012.
The public is quick to blame the Postal Service's financial struggles on the internet and UPS, but the real blame is Congress. Congress mandates that the Postal Service prepay healthcare coverage for postal retirees 75 years into the future. The cost is $5.5 billion per year.
On May 15, 2012, the United States Postal Service faces default, which will result in a $20 billion taxpayer bailout. We recommend Congress remove the health care mandate and grant the Postal Service the authority to make its own operational changes. The winners are the taxpayers and every person and business who relies upon the U.S. mail.
Another route to reducing the national debt is to return more power to the states so they are less reliant on federal dollars. An excellent opportunity is reforming the process of funding the National Highway System.
Some of the donor states are asking Congress for permission to keep their fuel tax dollars so they can finance their own highways. They argue that it is unfair for them to pay more tax money and receive less funding compared to the donee states.
Many members of Congress agree that it is time for states to be more responsible for their own transportation projects. Currently, there are two workable options. 1. Allow states to opt out of paying the federal fuel tax, and 2. Allow states to seek public-private partnerships.
The federal fuel tax was set to expire on March 31st, 2012. Now is the time to empower the states. By giving them options to funding their own highways, the states can become less reliant upon the federal government.
To conclude, the nation faces enormous decisions regarding taxes, the federal debt, and the future of government-funded services.
The time is right for innovative ideas.
The time is now to seize the opportunity to restructure.
America's second half is about to begin. The game plan sees the opportunity to save taxpayer money, provide efficient services, and reduce the nation's debt. Thank you.